What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I hope you like what you see. Consider liking, subscribing. If you're returning, thanks for your continued support. We're going to get into it just like we always do. We're going to talk about these Bulgarian commercial RPK magazines. We're not going to discuss the capacity because YouTube doesn't like that, but we'll just say they're a little bit longer than your normal magazine. So why this is important for you guys that are 5.56 AK guys like I am and have been for a long time. This is what we're used to, right? You know, our standard magazine. This is what we got now. Same place, Bulgarian commercial. I did get these magazines off of Gun Mag Warehouse. I think that's actually the exclusive retailer for these 5.56 ones. But anyway, since we're used to this, us guys that shoot stuff like that in competitions, what have you, or just want to pack, let's say, more fun in a magazine, us 5.56 AK guys have kind of not had a lot of options unless you're made of money or happen upon a crazy deal on one of the old Malott RPK magazines, the ribbed ones that are 700 ball hairs or something, 500 to 700 ball hairs. It's fucking ridiculous. But anyway, a few years ago we heard that AC Unity was going to start making a round magazine, and they finally released that, which I did do a video on there, but this is what we got. So why that was pretty underwhelming, as you can see, this is a standard double stack magazine. This is a coffin, aka quad stack magazine, and why this is a problem is notoriously, I don't care who makes them, quad stack magazines have always had issues. So Surefire has made quad stack magazines for AR-15s, and Surefire makes amazing stuff. Even those Surefire magazines are not always great. Some of them run, some of them don't. But I did mention in my video on these, I did disassemble the magazine, lubed some of the parts and stuff to try and ensure its reliability after these have been around for a little while, and I know some buddies that have had them, and that's what they end up having to do to make these run. I mean, so far these have ran great, but I just don't trust them as much as simply a longer, normal double stack magazine. But case in point, why this is much nicer than typically, as far as reliability goes, than the quad stack magazines is just like this. These work. So obviously I mentioned the Malott 5.56 RPK magazine. They are just longer, just longer. And they run really well. And for the RPK 74 5.45, same thing. They're just longer, double stack. The original RPK 7.62x39, same thing, just longer. So this is the tried and true. There is some negatives and stuff to this, and we'll go over that. So both of these magazines have some steel or some metal reinforcements. So AC Unity, you've got a reinforced lug up here and a reinforced lug back here. However, AC Unity does not have reinforced feed lips. The Bulgarian commercial mags do have reinforced feed lips. They have a reinforced rear locking lug, but they do not have a reinforced front lug. That said, I've never broke one. I wouldn't, these are great range mags, possibly competition if you wanted to do that. I wouldn't put them in a duty setting or anything like that. They're just kind of a novelty, we'll call it. But as you can see, putting these things up next to each other, you've got like an extra almost 3 inches. And I mean, guys, we usually want an extra 3 inches when we can get it, but this case, when we go to shoot prone, odd position, possibly prone or whatever, this may get in the way of us being able to get lower to the ground, where this might be better. But again, I still don't know about these things. I don't know that they're gonna be nearly as reliable as these. Okay, we're gonna step out here in the heat real quick. I'm just gonna go over the color of these things. So this one here is what they're calling their plum, okay? So this guy here is a normal magazine that I painted myself to match a standard plum magazine. So here we have a Tula 5.45 plum magazine. So this is literally military surplus. I don't know if we can catch that there. I feel like I matched the color on that pretty well, pretty close. I've actually found that that color is closer to a purplish brown rather than purple. Like most people think of plum, they think purple. So this guy here, this is I have not painted this at all versus the one that I painted. This is definitely more of a purple color, but honestly I feel like they did pretty good at matching that color. All right, the other one that I bought is what they're calling their Bakelite type color. They're okay, right? So here is an actual East German, again, 545 Bakelite mag. We've got mold number 23, Michael fucking Jordan, right? That's why this mag's cool. But anyway, you can see Bakelite definitely a lot more orange. So if these guys could, honestly, yeah, these things need to be way more orange than this. Granted, Bakelite, the colors really vary. Like I've got some 762 Bakelites that are a lot more brown than these. These East German ones are typically fairly orange. But again, there is really no such thing as a Bakelite 556 RPK mag, so we got to kind of take what we can get. So, as you can see, we have got these things fully loaded to 29 rounds if YouTube asks. These are just 29 round mags. And I want to point something out here. So, I don't know if you guys can see here. So this is a little hole that a lot of surplus magazines have in them. That's to weed a little bit of water out in case water gets in there, because water will not compress. So not a good thing to have in your magazine, but it's also a nice little indicator that whenever this thing is topped off, you can see that round, that first round you loaded. So on these, you will not see that. So we do have these fully loaded, 29 rounds, right? All you can see there is the follower. There is enough room, I can push this down and I can see that that first round. So this thing will actually fit an extra round than what they claim they hold. If you do that, there's no extra room, and I believe you'd have a pretty hard time getting this locked into the gun. So I just loaded them to, we'll just say the recommended capacity, right? But I did find that kind of odd that you can't see that round out of that weep hole. So again, like I said, we are fully loaded. We have got some PMC X-Tac M193. This is really good quality ammo. Our primers are crimped, our bullets are crimped, all that stuff. So I want to give these things the best chance they can to run. So far, I've had excellent luck with the normal Bulgarian commercial mags. So we're going to test these guys out today. Enough yapping, more shooting. Let's get started. Okay, we are back here at 50. We got our fully loaded RPK mag. Locks in. I mean, fits really good, just like the normal ones. So, we got a round loaded. Just gonna put some initial rounds here through it, make sure that it's working. So, let's go. Doing good. Let's try the 8-inch gong. Nice. Try the 5-inch. Got it. So far so good. So some things that some magazines have issues with, and it's even in AR-15s, is if you're trying to get down prone and you're kind of monopoding off the mag. I've seen some mags cause issues with the rifle. So we're going to do that real quick, see if we have any problems. Honestly, this isn't super high. This is almost perfect. Oh, we're just punishing that 5-inch gong. Doing great. Let's get us a little VTAC barricade action real quick. Still hitting that 5-inch gong. Double taps on C-zone. Let's do a difficult one here, if I can find my target. no problems. All right, moved up a little bit closer. You will notice we've got the normal mag in there, but there's already a round loaded in the chamber from the RPK mag. So I'm gonna do some drills. Most of the things are gonna start out with 1 round, and then we'll do some extra rounds out of this. But basically we are gonna see all rounds feed out of the RPK mag. So let's go. Doing good. This thing and shooting suppressed, it's supposed to be, I think, close to 100 degrees today, and it is freaking hot already. So let's try and get these rounds out. Doing good. 1 round left. 2 rounds left total. Doing good. All rounds fed. So we'll try the other magazine in a different rifle. Okay, out here with the one you guys know and obviously actually love this thing, Arsenal 106F. This is the rifle that has 11,000-ish rounds through it. So we're gonna try it out in here. We've got the plum version, same thing, locks in real nice, comes out nice. Got a round loaded, so we're good. And for those of you who keep asking, yes, this thing will accept a suppressor. Got the Sandman K on here. Not the greatest suppressor, but it does good. So same thing, we're just gonna put a few rounds through it. Man, with the adjustable gas on that JMac, and the Sandman K is pretty low back pressure can, even though it's not necessarily designed for it. It's only got like 3 baffles. Super nice. Plus that e-brake, man, controls recoil super nice. Oh yeah, doing really good. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna go prone, monopod off the mag, see if we get any issues that way. We still got a round loaded, so let's go. Same thing, pretty good. It does seem a little bit high, but not bad. Yep, doing good. Let's shoot some steel off the barricade. All right, I've got my Texas Star down there. We're gonna see if we can clear that better than I did with the M16A2. But before I do, I'm gonna point something out to you guys that shoot competition or whatever. So say we were coming up to something like this. Normally being a right-handed shooter, you would have your left knee up, put that elbow on there, get some support, right? Well, when we're right here, a lot of people still want to do that, but what you end up not having is any support on your right side. So actually what you want to do, and I learned this from Neil, Combat Accountant on Instagram, come over here, put your right knee up, and you have more support over here because obviously you've got plenty up here up front on the rifle. So less talking, more shooting. Got it. Miss. Got that one. Got that one. Got it. Nice. We actually did pretty good on that. Okay, so far so good on the 106F, just like the 106U. If you're not, the U is the short one. So again, we're gonna do a shorter magazine. There's already, no more rounds in here. There's already a round loaded in here from when we were shooting on the Texas Star. So again, all rounds out of the RPK mag will be shown to be feeding on video or not feeding if we have any problems. So less talking, more shooting. Let's get some reloads in. All right, last round fed, completely empty, absolutely no malfunctions. Man, I'm gonna finish this video here in the barn. I'm just dripping sweat, super sweaty right now.
Why are you so sweaty? I was watching Cops.
So there we have it. No real surprise to me. Again, I kind of assumed that these guys would run really well and just fine, because again, I don't have any problems with the normal mags in these arsenals, which these arsenals typically, again, some of the most picky on mags when it comes to 5.56 AKs. They pretty much just like to run with the Circle 10s, which are made in the same place that the rifles are. But, you know, I've also had good luck with the AC Unities. One little thing I want to add. So, as you can see, you know, these two rifles have different chassis on them, or rails. This one is the Sure Shot. Again, I really like Sure Shot. And this one still has the RS Regulate. This rifle got notably hotter. Granted, there is a lot less steel here to disperse all that heat, but it got way hotter than the 106F. But the 106F, you can probably kind of see it there, has a heat shield in it. That's one of the great things I love about this RS Regulate handguard. It stayed way, way cooler, shooting both guns suppressed, way cooler than the Sure Shot. I went ahead and slapped that guy in here so you guys can kind of see in a comparison, you know, how much longer these guys are. So it's going to be great for most things, except for maybe some prone shooting. It might give you some issues. As you saw, they ran great in both rifles. I believe as of this time, H-Town Werewolf, go follow him here on YouTube and on Instagram. But I believe he bought one of every color of these things, and he's testing these things out in a bunch of different AKs, more 5.56 AKs than I have. So he might be able to give you a little bit more of a comprehensive overview. Maybe you don't have, you know, one of these Arsenal 106s, which wouldn't surprise me because they haven't made these things in a while. So if you say have a Zastava or something like that, he's probably got one of those in the video. So go check him out, see if, you know, see if they run in a rifle that you own. But yeah, so far for me, I will probably be running these a whole lot more than I run the AC Unities. So yeah, that's a wrap. If you guys like what you saw, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I hope to see you in the next video.